I feel like I'm saying this a lot, but I really feel that William Lustig is one of the most underrated directors in the business. This man has really, truly directed some wonderful, gritty B horror and action films. I truly enjoy his films, and most notably, he is the founder of one of my all-time favorite home video, DVD, and Blu-ray companies, Blue Underground Entertainment. And the earliest film I have from William Lustig is his really disturbing classic Maniac. This pulls no punches when it comes to creepiness, gore, and violence. Joe Spinell plays a middle-aged, overweight lunatic who takes the streets at night and kills women, scalps them, and keeps their scalps on mannequins. Not much for plot, but high on disturb factor in this one. Definitely not for all tastes. Tom Savini's special effects are just absolutely amazing, and this is a groundbreaking horror film from the early 80s. And then I have a vigilante action film from him, and goddamn, I love early 80s vigilante action films. Oh, the Death Wish sequels, Savage Streets, Class of 1984, Rolling Thunder, The Exterminator, and of course, Vigilante. And I love that poster artwork. William Lustig just gathers a fantastic cult cast with Robert Forster and Fred Williamson, just to name a few. Even one of my all-time favorites, Steve James. You may recognize him from like the American Ninja series. He even has a small part in it. Oh God, just a man whose kid gets killed by gangs and his wife leaves him, and he just hits the street just to beat the shit out of fucking scum. You can't, one of the best of the vigilante genre of the early 80s. Then comes my personal favorite film of William Lustig, Maniac Cop. He teams up with another favorite director of mine, Larry Cohen. Larry Cohen penned the script, and William Lustig just masterfully directs this little B movie. It is the most perfect hybrid of an action film and a horror film that I have ever seen. It is an action slasher. I never thought I'd see a genre like that. Action slasher. Yeah, this is it. This is like the only action slasher movie ever made. It is in the sequels. And William Lustig and Larry Cohen brainstormed it. They were talking about his film Maniac, and cop films at the time were popular, RoboCop and Beverly Hills Cop, so they just brainstormed the title and wrote a script around it, and it fucking works. I just love this film. The stunts. The thing with William Lustig films is the stunts. He gets the most badass stunts in his movies. Everything from falling out of buildings to wrecking cars off of docks, he just films them so wonderfully. And I've never seen a director so wonderfully direct action and horror, and he just fucking nails it with this film. And I just love this film. One of my all-time favorite horror films, definitely Maniac Cop. And he followed Maniac Cop with a fantastic sequel. This is definitely, I would consider, one of the best horror sequels ever made. It's actually the most personal favorite film of the series, and a personal favorite film overall for William Lustig. He has zero budget to work with, and he made this look like a high budget Hollywood film. He just fucking pulled no punches. He worked so hard to make this look higher budget. Grand scale action scenes again, wonderful horror scenes. There's a stunt where the Maniac Cop handcuffs a woman to the steering wheel while she's outside the car and then pushes the car down a hill. I'm like, oh my God, they got a stunt person to actually do that? And then my favorite scene is the Maniac Cop goes into a police station, very reminiscent of the first Terminator film, and just starts blowing people away. He actually picks up a guy and throws a guy through what seems like 10 frickin' walls. It is so amazing. He really just pulled no punches with this sequel. Fantastic sequel. I waited forever for this to get released on DVD. Finally, just under the radar, First Look Entertainment released it on DVD, and you could get it for $10. It went out of print. Now it's back into print, so It's not a fantastic DVD, it's only in full screen, but you know what? It's on DVD! Thank you for releasing it! My Maniac Cop trilogy is now complete. But not is all good in the house of Maniac Cop. I remember when I bought this on VHS, I saw that there was two guys credited as director, William Lustig and Joel Soyson, and that's always a warning sign for me. When films have two directors, that means it's going to be a mishmash of styles, or one director quit and another guy took over. It's not a good sign, and that's the case here. Even with Larry Cohen returning to write, this was a missed opportunity. William Lustig still gives the film a great style. It looks way more high budget than it is. But it just moves slower. The storyline, nothing against Larry Cohen, didn't really grab me. Maniac Cop falls for a woman cop that she gets criticized for being too tough on criminals, and she gets into a coma, and he starts taking out people that verbally make bad comments about her, and I just didn't really get into the plot, and it's not as much action. It's a lot more slower paced, and William Lustig was so unhappy with producer Joey Soyson that he quit the project. He said Joey Soyson was making a film, wanted him to make a film that wasn't for Maniac Cop fans, and Joey Soyson ended up having to finish the film. I'm not sure how much of it was he directed. I know William Lustig directed a majority of the film, but I'm not sure the percentages. And yeah, this is a very, very sad final entry into the series, and that's a damn shame. But the first 4 films that I have of William Lustig are must-owns. The Maniac Cop 1 and 2, Maniac Cop 1 and 2, Vigilante, and Maniac. Oh, these are just classic grindhouse style films, and definitely one of my all-time favorite directors. And again, I have to thank him for creating one of the best video, DVD, Blu-ray companies of all time, and I